You always gotta take precautions and you can never be too safe, so I'm not taking a chance. So just in case an outbreak occurs during the filming of this review, I'm prepared.
We ain't talking about some walk in the park here.
They're coming.
I know.
Sup gamers, welcome to another edition of Video Game Reviews with I, MaffmanJones. Today's featured game is a game that came out a couple weeks ago and it's being hailed as already an instant classic. It's called The Last of Us, which was developed by Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog, if you didn't know, created characters like Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, and the very acclaimed Uncharted trilogy. The Last of Us puts us in the shoes of a character named Joel, who's been emotionally drained ever since the outbreak of the infected occurred in America, and now he meets a little girl named Ellie, and she might hold the key to a cure for the infected, and together they must battle, survive, and travel across the country to find this resistance group named the Fireflies, who in turn might just have the necessary tools to let this cure flourish. Like I said before, it's no secret that The Last of Us is getting a lot of critical acclaim and acclaim from gamers alike. And I was so excited to get my hands on a copy of this game and finally play through the story. And at the end of the day, I have to say, it lives up to the hype. It's certainly one of the best PlayStation 3 games, one of the best games I've ever played in my life, and it serves as a nice swan song to the PlayStation 3 before it is succeeded by 4 during the holidays. So first, let's discuss story. The first chapter of The Last of Us serves as a prelude for the upcoming story that you will be playing for the rest of the game. And it is one of the most emotionally captivating chapters of a game I've ever played ever. I almost shed tears. That's powerful, man. From there on out, we're introduced to a bleak, but also very rich, environmentally speaking, apocalyptic world with great characters that you could definitely relate to. You might not particularly like every character you encounter in The Last of Us, but everybody has their reasons for why they behave the way they do, and you could sympathize with them. This is not a spoiler, but obviously, just like in the real world, people come and go. Characters in this game come and go. And whether you resonate with them or not, when they do go, sometimes you may not realize it when you first meet them, but it's just you feel this impact on your heart. The progression of the plot felt very fluent. It almost felt like a movie, and I love when games can approach that cinematic feel and execute it in absolutely the best way possible. I played this game for about 12 hours before completing it, and I was enthralled throughout the entire experience. The Last of Us encompasses all the emotions on the spectrum. You feel moments of happiness, sadness, surprise, relief, fear, especially fear, and I'll get into that in a little bit. The story is one hell of an emotional roller coaster, and you most certainly relate to the two main characters, especially the one you play, Joel and Ellie, respectively played by their voice actors. But speaking of the voice acting, it was all ace. I really felt like they really went deep into their characters as they were in that booth. I mean, I felt the emotion. It felt raw. Just like any typical relationship, Joel and Ellie don't particularly like each other's company at first, but their relationship grows and develops over the course of the game, and over the course of the game, you, in turn, resonate with them and their relationship, and you feel that bond grow ever so stronger as you pass through the yearly seasons. Without going into spoiler territory, I thought the ending was a little anticlimactic and abrupt, but it definitely serves as a good resolution for the characters. Going into the graphics and the gameplay, like I said before, the graphics are some of the best I've seen on a console in this day and age. There's an insane attention to detail in concern to character emotions with their facial expressions, the environment. Everywhere you look, there's something going on that doesn't feel out of place. And just like other great games, the environment serves as a parallel component to the characters that you are playing as, and it feels like a character in itself. The gameplay serves as a more refined version of the Uncharted gameplay system, especially with the cover, and I felt like they definitely improved upon that because it never really felt redundant. You basically felt the weight of the environment around you. It never felt like you were floating on air or you were floating around areas. One cool thing I noticed is that when you're behind cover and you're next to Ellie, Joel puts his arm over Ellie as if he's protecting Ellie from fire, and I thought that was a really cool detail. Your inventory is stored through your handy dandy backpack, and it feels like you have a Mary Poppins backpack because you have ever so many items, but it does feel realistic, and you definitely have to keep improving, and you could find like gears and little rags and little things in the environment where you could build Molotov cocktails, first aid kits, little mine bombs. The Last of Us contains very slow-paced gameplay, but it's great because you really feel the weight of this insurmountable situation. Your ammo is scarce, you only have a couple weapons with you have Ellie with you, and at first she doesn't know how to fight. Everything is on you, and you have to use stealth. You have to walk around, and you have to choke all these enemies, and the choke animation is so gritty and dark. It's no WWE chokehold, this is real life. And you got these guys trying to grab your face, trying to stop you like, and it feels so realistic. And I love this type of gameplay where you have to strategize and basically think to yourself for 5 to 6 minutes, okay, what should I do here to get through here without getting severely hurt? Although the AI is very smart and effective when they seek you out, sometimes I would be around the area trying to sneak away, and I would be right in front of an enemy, and they wouldn't notice me. It was very rare, but it happened 2 or 3 times during my experience. The Last of Us is definitely survival horror in a very emphasized way, and you have these infected characters. Some are very newly infected, and then you have these really creepy things that have been infected for a long time called clickers. You don't have faces anymore. You have these things and they click like... There are moments in this game where you are trapped with 7 or 8 of these things, maybe more sometimes, and you have to go through them whether you like them or not. And sometimes it's so difficult to try to sneak around them without setting an alarm with your feet. And once you do, if you do by accident, that feeling of suspense and just, oh shit, they know I'm here. It's the worst feeling in the world, but it leaves such great memories while playing this game. Overall, I would have to say that The Last of Us is one of the most engrossing games I've ever played in my life. It has very engaging characters who you grow to love, some you grow to hate, but everybody has a rational reason for why they behave like they do. The environment and the graphics are just absolutely stunning, and you really feel like you are in this place, even though you're actually in a living room or your basement, wherever you play. But you know what I mean. Throughout my experience, I laughed, I cried, and I also shat my pants. The Last of Us is MaffmanJones. 5 out of 5. Given you're of the appropriate age or you have very adept convincing your parents skills, I highly recommend this game. Pick it up as soon as you can. It's one of the best experiences you could probably have before the new generation starts. If you've had the awesome pleasure of picking this game up and playing it and completing it, let me know what you thought about the experience in the comments down below. If you haven't gotten it, let me know why you want to get it, or why you might not, if you're one of those people. Please like this video and subscribe to MaffmanJones if you enjoyed this review. Check out Facebook, Twitter, and Wheel of Film in the info box. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones. Next stop is Grand Theft Auto 5 in September. Woo!
Let's get a move on.